This is the OTP pregame presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Farm Bureau Health Plans is celebrating nearly 78 years of providing Tennesseans with high-quality health coverage at an affordable price. Visit fbhp.com to learn about our history in Tennessee. With Amy Wells, I'm Mike Keith, and Rhett Bryant from Titans Radio is here.
Woo!
The ever-reliable one.
Hello.
Are you ready for Oilers Week?
Absolutely.
He's wearing his Oilers
Well,
merch.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
head to toe.
What about you?
Yeah, Oilers merchandise, and it says
Oh,
Oilers
okay.
on the back.
Well, show.
That's corduroy, too,
Can
isn't
I
it?
show you?
Yep.
Woo.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
My 2-year-old thinks it says Olivia, and she can't read, so I won't tell her otherwise.
Okay.
So this is my Olivia shirt.
That's good.
It has an O on it.
That looks
so
like
there
it's
you go.
warm as well.
It is warm and
Very-
cozy.
Very helpful.
You are also wearing Oilers merchandise.
Indeed.
Can we stop and acknowledge, please?
We're the Tennessee Oilers, red, white, and blue. We're the Tennessee Oilers, going to run all over you.
Will you sing the song?
Hey,
There it is.
Tennessee.
There it is.
Hey, Tennessee. Right there.
I'm glad I asked.
Hey, Tennessee.
It's a real Tennessee Oilers game jersey from 1998.
Yeah?
Yep.
Who'd you take it from?
I didn't take it from anybody.
Well, not like recently. Is it
Who did I take
somebody's?
it from?
Doesn't have a name on the back. Was that a practice jersey?
I think it was a preseason.
Ah, it's very cool.
Because we did not have a 10 on this roster for a long time.
Really?
Strangely.
Who was the first? Off the top of your head, was it Jake Locker?
No. We had somebody. Well, Vince Young was
Vince
Oh,
Young,
I guess
yeah.
that's true.
was
that's
before
true, that's
Jake
true.
Locker.
Yes.
And
good call.
before him in Titans lore, the only one I can remember, it was a preseason thing, was Robert King wore number 10.
Good job.
For the Tennessee Titans.
Mhm.
Well, then this is probably his.
Yeah.
I would guess.
So,
Sorry, Robert.
I'm glad I asked
All
the
good.
question.
All right, 5 topics on the OTP pregame. Are we ready for topic 1?
5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the 8-8 Miami Dolphins are the only team with 6+ wins that does not have a Pro Bowler. The others are the 5-11 New Orleans Saints, the 4-12 New York Jets, and the 3-13 Tennessee Titans. So, Rhett, Brian, you get to go first. You're probably not shocked that the Titans didn't have a Pro Bowler because of their record, but which of the 4 Titans Pro Bowl alternates were you somewhat surprised that didn't make the Pro Bowl roster? And here's your list: Amani Hooker, Tony Pollard, Jeffrey Simmons, Ryan Stonehouse.
Yeah, I would say of those 4, probably Jeffrey Simmons would lead the clubhouse, and then I would go in descending order. I would go Amani Hooker after that, and then Ryan Stonehouse. So, yeah.
So Simmons, based on, he's had a good year.
He has.
His statistics are good, but
He's a guy, everybody knows him, and that certainly helps you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We saw Jarrell Casey turn down his first 2 opportunities, and then once he got in, you're in that circle.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why I'm not surprised necessarily that nobody ended up going.
Yeah, we're going with somewhat surprised over shocked.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is the one that surprised me, but I wasn't shocked just given the fact that the other people who would have made a lot of sense are people who haven't been. And it's really hard to break in when you haven't been before, even as an alternate or something like that. Now, if a couple of those guys end up going as alternates because of whatever circumstances, then you're in the rotation. It's very much a guys who've been there before, guys who other players are familiar with. It's just the nature of what the Pro Bowl is. Because of the way that voting is weighted.
How is it weighted?
So there's the fan vote component that has some element of weight to it, but not near as much as the player votes and the coaches' votes.
Okay.
And a lot of the player votes just kind of historically are, guys who've been there before, guys who know, and same with coaches. Like, oh, yeah, he's a good player. He's been to 4 Pro Bowls. It says right there on the sheet that they give him. You get a little bio and a little, like, how many Pro Bowls you've been to and that kind of thing. So it's kind of like when people vote on anything, or like when you make your March Madness bracket, there's an element of guys that, like, if you don't really know or you haven't really seen them before.
You're going to pick Gonzaga.
Yeah, you're going to pick the team that's there a lot.
Back in the day when you picked Lute Olson in Arizona.
Yeah.
A wild Wildcat.
That's fair.
It's like I recognize that name.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
All right.
Send him in. So that's kind of why that happened.
I think you're-
like
I
that.
Mine is Amani. Because
Yeah.
I think of all the players on this list, Amani has had the best year, and he has a ton of respect among players around the league. So I'm a little surprised that he didn't catch that nod this time.
He's got
Somewhat.
5 picks. He's got numbers.
Yeah, but also to Amy's point too, he's a guy who's really well respected. It's like Ryan Stonehouse was saying to me, and Matthew Wright was down there too, and they were chatting, and I interrupted their conversation. They were talking about Pro Bowl, and they were both voting for Logan Cook, Jacksonville's punter, to make the Pro Bowl because Logan Cook had never made it. And they're like, how has Logan Cook never made it? I think Amani Hooker is that type of player among safeties.
Yeah.
Because Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs both came in this building in the offseason and said, hey, Amani Hooker, that's a guy we've known for years. He's a really, really good player. And you got guys of that ilk who know who he is. I just thought it would have been his time.
I bet you anything that if he ends up going this year as an alternate, we will see Amani Hooker back at Pro Bowls for years to come.
I hope you're right.
I think so.
All right, so you're going to go first on topic 2.
Cool.
Titans player that you have enjoyed watching the most this season.
Oh, that's a hard one. But I think it's going to be Tony Pollard.
Okay.
Because he's had such a great season. He was someone I was really excited about in free agency. Like when the season ended and I knew he was a free agent, I told, I think, anybody I could get to sit still that I wanted Tony Pollard to be a Tennessee Titan. And so when we signed him, I was really excited. I've been excited getting to know him and do interviews with him and just spend time with him. And so watching him play this season, seeing him have the success that he's had here, kind of proving that we were all right, that he was not only a great player, but a good fit for what was happening here, has been so exciting. And then knowing how hard he has been fighting, how much he wants to be on this team in spite of everything that is happening with the team and having kind of a hard season and with his own injuries and the things that he's been battling through. It's just been so much fun to watch him keep fighting for this team. And I think he has been such a remarkable addition to this team. I've had so much fun watching him continue to get better and better and better as the season's gone on.
He's been a mainstay, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Who's yours, Rhett?
For me, it's rookie Tavondre Sweat. And when we saw him at the Senior Bowl, when we saw him in the pre-draft process, certainly we saw him in the college football playoffs last year. A big man like that's not supposed to be able to move like that. And the chance to have him in a Titans uniform, it's huge. Denard Wilson, in their last availability and the coordinator's availability this week, mentioned glowingly about what a nice year that he's had and how he has so much more room to grow and excel. I think he's going to be a guy we're going to be talking about at a Pro Bowl position if things keep going in the trajectory that it is. But he's been really fun to watch alongside Jeff Simmons in that line, just doing the dirty work.
Mine's Jarvis Brownlee, 13 starts at corner for a guy who was a 5th-round pick. And I think you found something there. And when you get L'Jarius Sneed back next year, hopefully Cheeto Awuze's part of the operation, Darrell Baker. I love that you have some corners, and you've got one in him that you can throw out there at any spot, at any time, any place. He may be one of the starters. One of the veterans, may end up being a backup because you can't get him off the field. But I don't think anybody expected him to be as good as he can at what is such a sensitive position. And the Titans have one of the best pass defenses in the NFL. They statistically do. They have made it hard on people. And I'm very impressed by what he was able to come in here and do as a rookie at that position.
I thought that was going to be Rhett's choice.
I did too. I thought Rhett would pick him.
Yep.
Well, big fan. You know that. But I'll say this. And it's hard to believe that guy was a 5th-round pick and that you just mentioned the value that the Titans have gotten out of that pick. If you can hit on picks like that in day 3 of the draft, it goes a long way into helping your product in the future.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a big deal in this draft because day 3, as we've talked to several analysts about, day 3 is going to be where there is such fantastic depth because so many of the players are out of their COVID years or they're choosing to come out at this point. What's interesting, do you guys ever read Matt Miller on ESPN?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big fan.
I think he's good. And he says that there are only 12 players that he feels like will have a first-round grade this year.
Wow.
And that totally falls in line with what has been said, is that the top of this draft is not fabulous, that day 2 is better in terms of depth, but that day 3, you're going to be able to get some values like you always can, but maybe even more so, and that it will trickle on into what you're able to do in the undrafteds as well.
Well, Mike, I'm going to flip to a position in just a second, but to circle back on Jarvis Brownlee, with the importance of the passing game in the league, everybody's looking for a good nickel cornerback. And if he ends up being your starting nickel, talking about Jarvis Brownlee, that's huge.
Right? You know, the Titans have one of those, though.
They do.
Roger McCrary has had one of the best years.
He
According
has.
to Brian Callahan, the head coach of the Titans, says that Roger McCrary has been one of the Titans' best players, regardless of position, this season.
What a great problem to have.
Oh, tremendous.
But to your point about the third day of the draft and the riches, look at this running back class. I mean, you're going to see guys in rounds 3, 4, 5. You're going to get some value there.
I mean, I think you're talking about Genty, the kid out of Boise State, may go in the first round. And then, really, you can fall back to day 3 and get a running back who has got tremendous capability. And, you know, look at a guy like Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. I mean, many of the analysts don't have him in, like, the top 12 backs.
Really?
Well, and what's amazing about that is while you look like you might disagree.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I think it's just what your flavor is. I think that's what it's going to be. Somebody might have the number 8 back in one survey be their number 20 back, and Sampson might be the 15 back in one survey and he's 6 in another one. It's just according to who wants one and where.
Yeah.
But, you know, stockpiling those 6th and 7th round picks to grab positions like that, like interior offensive linemen. Speaking of another former ball, Trey Smith, former 6th round pick, he's a Pro Bowler today. So you can, you know, sometimes there are things that people say, oh, I don't know. And in Trey's case, it was health.
Yes.
I mean, there were just some teams who weren't going to go there. Kansas City could because they're Kansas City.
Right.
If they miss on a 6th round pick,
who cares?
They go get another one, you know.
Yeah.
And I think when you're in a position like that to take chances and feel like that's a good gamble, I mean, that's what you're looking for. And the Titans have done that some. You know, they have found some guys, I think, speaking of 5th round, you know, with a player like Jarvis Brownlee, guys that can help them, no doubt. And maybe even, you know, the undrafteds, I mean, Bryce Oliver has a real chance to help going forward.
David Martin Robinson.
Yep. And, I mean, those are pass catchers who can also play teams. And realistically, if you're roster building, that's what you really want.
Yes. The more 100%. You can do.
Instead of spending the 8th pick on Kyle Pitts, who, I mean, he's a great pass catcher and a great talent, but you got to pay 8th overall pick money for that.
Yep.
To where you need those extra tight ends to play teams and to do various things. I mean, everybody doesn't get $5 million a year.
Yeah, no, that's not how this works.
No.
You need a lot of guys who don't get $5 million a year to do multiple jobs.
All right, topic 3 before we break. Are you ready? 2 stats. Tell me which is the most incredible to you. All right, you ready?
Hit it.
The Titans have turned the ball over 33 times this year. That has led to 128 points for the opposition. The Titans' defense has 17 takeaways that have led to a total of 33 points. So the Titans' turnover ratio is minus 16. The Titans' points off turnover ratio is minus 95.
Whew.
Okay, here's the second stat.
That was just one stat?
Yeah, that was one.
Hoy, okay. What's the second one?
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Well, I mean, is that surprising, really?
It's not surprising when you think about this season in its entirety, But, man, what a kick in the teeth.
Okay, we'll try this one. December.
Okay.
Titans 0-5. Defense had some problems. The opposition was 41 of 68 on third downs. That's slightly over 60%. What would you think the opposition was on 3rd and 1? What would be your guess? Now, 3rd and 1's pretty high conversion rate, but what would be your guess?
Percentage-wise?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we'll say 60%.
I'm going to go 38%.
The opposition was 15 out of 15 on 3rd and 1 against the Titans in December.
Jeez.
8 of 10 on 3rd and 2.
I thought it was a trick question. That's why I went low.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm not a smart man.
3rd and 2 or less in the month of December. The Titans' defense allowed 23 conversions in 25 attempts. Now, that's high. That's 92.
Yeah.
That's 92%.
Yeah.
On all the other ones, 3rd and 3 or more, 18 of 43, which is still over 40%. It's a little high, but that's more.
Better.
Oh, yeah. Much better. But what gets me about that is not the percentage as much as the opposition had 25 third down tries of 2 or less against the Titans, which means they were doing something positive on 1st and 2nd down consistently.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
So which is more amazing on the 3rd and shorts at 92% or
turnover ratio as it
minus
equates
95 points?
The first one for me.
Okay.
This is just a really happy, fun guy.
It is what
here.
it is.
No, I'm going to
mean,
go with the conversions on 3rd and short.
15 out of 15.
That is incredible to me.
Not one third and 1 stop.
Ooh-wee.
Only 2 3rd and 2 stops.
And my question is why? Like how? How does that happen?
I think you're tired.
Yeah.
I think you're a little beat up in some spots. I think you've been changing linebackers like crazy due to injuries.
Yeah.
So I think there's some of that. But I think it's just people have been able to get a bead on you and have gone 4 yards on first down, 4 or 5 yards on second down, and they've just been staying out on the field because the time of possession in the last 5 games is rough too.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding.
I would be interested to see what that number is minus the Washington game because that was December the 1st, right?
Well, yeah, but, Jacksonville the other day was 8 of 13 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Indianapolis.
The Indianapolis one was not worth
Anyway.
it. Yeah.
Hey, Titans fans, with a Kroger Boost membership, you'll score big with double fuel points, free delivery, and lots more. Go to Kroger.com/boost for details. Kroger, official grocer of the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up.
Home is at the forefront of all that we do. It's why we're so committed to caring for the places and spaces in which we work and live. Ashley, the official furniture provider of the Tennessee Titans.
We return on the OTP pregame. Rhett Bryan, the ever-reliable one from Titans Radio, is our guest. And I'm going to test you out here. I'm going to test your knowledge.
Oh, no. This never goes well for me, Rhett.
All right, and you can work together on this.
Oh.
Team. All right.
The Titans have played 5 gentlemen at right tackle this season. Can you name the 5 players?
At right tackle.
At right tackle.
NPF.
You can name them. Nicholas Petit-Frere is one.
That's right.
Keep going. This is a team. Your turn. I got one.
John Ojukwu.
John
Yeah.
Ojukwu is 2.
Jalen Duncan.
Jalen Duncan is 3.
Brunskill play right tackle? He
No.
played guard.
He played guard.
How about
Okay.
Isaiah Prince?
Isaiah Prince
Ooh, that's a good
played
one.
briefly
Yep.
in the Minnesota game. That's correct.
Okay, that's 4.
That's 4.
Who are we forgetting?
Do you know?
No, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Hang on.
How I pulled the rare one out, I don't know.
That
but
was really
He now
good.
plays for Minnesota, by the way.
The person we're trying to remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, that's got to be a promo.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
on the next OTP.
On the next OTP.
Shoot, Mike.
Can I help you now?
Yes.
Leroy Watson.
Man.
Leroy Watson.
Right there.
Nicholas Petit-Frere, Leroy Watson, Jalen Duncan, Isaiah Prince, John Ojukwu.
Wow.
Played 5 guys at right tackle this season.
Wow. That's hard.
Okay, so it's 2025.
It is.
It's time Sunday against the Houston Texans as a New Year's resolution to break a long streak.
The Texans are breaking the streak?
No.
Oh, good. We are
Against
breaking
the
this.
Texans.
Okay, good.
Listen to the program. Okay, so really, be involved.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Okay, so which of these is most likely to go down on Sunday? Are you ready?
Hit it.
Go.
Okay. Most likely in your mind. Last blocked punt, 205 games. Tim Shaw against Pittsburgh, October 11, 2012. All right. Last blocked punt for a touchdown. Patrick Bailey blocked the punt by Pat McAfee. Jason McCourty recovered for a touchdown against Indianapolis, October 30, 2011, 220 games.
Wow.
All right. Am I continuing?
Yes.
All right, so this one's a little less. Last punt return for a touchdown. Darius Raynaud did it twice against Jacksonville in a last game of the season, 2012, December 30th, 81 yards, 69 yards, 195 games ago. Last successful onside kick against Arizona, December 15th, 2013, when the Titans were led to 17 fourth-quarter points to tie by Fitzmagic.
Oh, yeah.
So they failed their last 17 attempts. That's been 181 games. Or my personal favorite.
Okay.
Last opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Derek Mason at Cincinnati, November 18, 2001. That's 391 games.
Wow.
So which of those
Oh, the block punt, no question.
you think the block punt goes down this weekend?
We've been so close. It's going to happen.
James Williams.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen this week. So
James Williams.
So is
52.
It,
Mark it.
Is it just a blocked punt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not guaranteeing a pick six. I'm
yeah.
just saying block punt. I'm with her.
I'm not saying there will be points generated. I'm saying that it will be just a field
Just because
position
of the-
changer.
All right.
The turnover ratio that we just discussed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's time. So in 2025, our New Year's resolution for Game 1 is we're blocking a punt.
Yes.
James Williams, number 52. Go.
New year, new us. Let's do it.
So the game is going to be played on January 5, 2025. In your mind, is it the last game of 2024 or the first game of 2025?
It's the last game of 24.
Okay. You go with that as well?
Yeah, last game of the 24
But,
season.
I mean, you don't see it as
No.
It's the first one in the calendar year, 2025.
well, but the point, I'm
No.
not talking about literally. Do you see it as the
I see it as the end of 2024.
Yeah,
okay?
no,
You just want this to okay? I get it.
I don't want to attach this to next
I get
season.
it. I get it. That's fair. Okay, now, all right, so I got one more. So you said block punt. So Tim Shaw's mark of 205 games dating back to October 11, 2012 goes down. That's what you're saying.
It
Yes.
ends now.
I just
Tim.
looked at the sheet that Amy has here. Tommy Townsend has had a punt block this year.
Aw.
We're coming for you, Tommy. Look
Okay.
out.
All right. The other one that would be the most interesting, the most futile of all. I'm not going to do last tie because you hate that.
No, I can't. We can't even do ties.
No,
right
no,
now.
no.
Oh, I get just enraged.
Okay.
Go on.
All right. Last game with 50 or more points. Houston against Cleveland, December 9, 1990. That's 550 games.
Whoa.
Whoa is right.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Hang 50 on them.
You talking? No, I'd like
I
that.
mean-
I'd like that attached to this year.
Yeah, that would be get
I
rid
mean,
of
I'm in.
get rid of that one, but that's not most likely.
Talking about
No, but
exercising some demons right
it
there.
might-
That
you
would be
know.
a lot of
It
demons.
might be the most fun.
Might be a lot
Whoa.
of demons.
Wouldn't that be great?
Hey, Titans fans, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season.
Whether you're buying or selling football tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Tennessee Titans.
The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected.
SeatGeek.
SeatGeek. Made a rookie mistake this football season? Maybe you should have had a Snickers.
Because now you can enter for the chance to turn those rookie mistakes into prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59.
Visit snickers.com/rookie mistakes for details.
Time for the key ingredients of the game delivered by Little Caesars Pizza, official pizza of the Tennessee Titans.
Go.
Keys to the game, key number one, big plays in the passing game. The Titans had a 38-yard touchdown pass, a 63-yard completion that set up a touchdown, and a 70-yard touchdown pass, which put the Titans up for good. These are back on November 24th. Big plays in the passing game are there. The Titans need to make them again this Sunday against the Texans. Key number two, big plays on defense. First meeting, 2 interceptions, 4 quarterback sacks, a safety that clinched the win. The Titans limited the Texans to just 260 total yards, and that's outstanding. But the big plays by the defense, more important. Key number three, win the trenches. Tennessee outrushed Houston 132-40 in the first game. And that was huge. If the Titans could just win the areas they won on November 24th, they'll sweep the season series with the Texans.
Good job, Mike. That was really fast. Under 50 seconds. Little Caesars is the official pizza partner of your Tennessee Titans. Download the Little Caesars app and get your favorites delivered today. Delivery fees do apply. Prop switch.
Now time for a mayo-tivation from Hellman.
I made a cake with mayonnaise.
Wait, whoa.
It
Show
happened.
everybody that.
Smells delicious, by the way.
What is that? Is that yellow cake?
It's chocolate cake.
It's chocolate cake with chocolate icing?
Chocolate cake with chocolate icing. I stayed up late and made it last night from scratch. That's actually true.
It looks like you did do that.
I did do
You
that.
smell it? It smells
I
fantastic.
It
baked
does
the
smell-
cake last night
Well,
with Hellman's.
You're a good cook, so
Mhm.
I'm not surprised.
Ta-da. So there you go. Hellman's for your desserts. You guys can try it.
May your cake be awesome.
Yeah. I figured because I was told many weeks ago
No,
that
you weren't
cannot put mayonnaise
I never-
in desserts.
Oh, here we
That's
go.
absurd.
I did
so
say
what
that's
did
absurd.
I do?
I said absurd. I think I used the word absurd.
I made you
And
a
that looks
cake
delicious.
that has mayonnaise in it, but it's still delicious. It's chocolate cake. Chocolate on chocolate. You guys are welcome.
That's my favorite.
I know it is. That's why I made it.
Almost as much favorite as this jersey.
Yeah. Just to prove to you it can be done.
They said I had to wear Oilers stuff this week, so I said,
Just don't get the cake on the jersey.
I'm not.
Don't get cake
Okay,
on
good.
the jersey.
Busting out the jersey. I
hard
may
to
do the
get.
broadcast in this jersey.
I wish you would.
That would be awesome.
Do the
Man, I wish you
whole
would.
That really
broadcast
would
in
be
this-
awesome.
That would be so unprofessional.
All right, I have to do my mayo-tivation
Oh, yes, please.
from Hellman's.
From Hellman.
Mayo Titans cheers be loud, and your New Year's resolution of more Hellman's mayo make your mama proud. Hellman's, the official mayo of the Tennessee Titans. Mayo game day be delicious. And eat some cake.
Let them eat cake, she says.
Let them eat cake.
If I
baked
knew you
it
were
just
coming,
for
I'd
you.
have baked a cake. How you do? How you do? How you do?
So we're on the air on Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's noon Eastern. And kickoff is scheduled for 12:02. Titans and the Texans for the 46th time.
Wow.
Titans lead the series.
We've seen them all, Mike.
Yeah, we have seen them all.
46.
That's
wow.
right. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Titans lead the series 24-21.
It's close.
The Texans thought entering the year that they would win both games and then the series would be even.
And then they got.
Well, that's it. Yes,
did.
they got.
Get you some.
Yep, let's do it again.
So that comes up on Sunday. Now, Rhett, what are we hearing on weather right now?
There is a Arctic blast of air coming down from Canada, and that is going to be taking place a little later in the week here. But what we're talking about is overnight temps below freezing, which means when rain comes in, they're looking at freezing rain, and then it not getting above freezing till about 8 to 9 a.m. Sunday morning.
And still raining?
Still raining, and a good chance of showers throughout the game. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, so coming out of the south end zone. And I
not gonna
think
be
I saw
wearing
a
the
last
jersey.
forecasted high of like 44 degrees, so it's going to be just damp, cold. The ice thing is what we're looking at. I see one forecast model that has it just staying rain and that the frozen precip is north of us. So I'd like that one, please, if we can.
I don't want any of it. Ugh.
Well, I can deal with rain. I don't like frozen anything.
No. And then what is it supposed to do Sunday night? Is it supposed to freeze again?
Yes, because they're actually calling for a decent chance of snow left over on Monday for about the first.
So the kids won't go back to school then?
Don't say that. Nope. Say something else, Mike.
It's possible. I mean, this air is going to stay here for a minute, and it's going to be pretty cold at night for several nights. So
send those kids to school. Good luck.
You shall study at school.
Put your boots on. Let's go.
My kids are gone, so I don't care. It
Don't
doesn't
have a dog in the hunt.
Doesn't matter to me.
You bundle up, Buttercup. We're
Coach
going
Mack
to
says
school.
it has no bearing on my future.
Yes. Well, and
Let's go.
Monday is always an interesting day in every NFL shop. So
Yes.
Yeah.
when the season ends for 18 teams, it will be
It's a
it's
rough
a thing.
day. It's not a fun day.
No, because you say goodbye to some people, regardless. Your roster is going to turn over. Not everybody will be back, and then in some cases, it's obviously even more dramatic. So we shall see what Black Monday brings around the NFL this week. Good looking cake.
Yeah, we're gonna eat it.
Rhett Bryan, thank you for doing this.
Glad to do it.
You are the ever reliable one. Rhett B. Tennessee on all the socials.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're Titans Amy on all the socials.
I am indeed.
And I am 10 Voice with 2 N's.
Yeah.
Could I just say one thing, too,
Sure.
before we're done?
Yeah.
So I've been reading some of the comments that they put below all the in the booth things that they post.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
never read the comments.
It's hilarious.
Don't read
Are
them.
these comments on X? Or are they on Instagram or both?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really funny because they do these calls. They do our Titans radio calls from in the booth. There's a GoPro.
Mhm.
There's
There
a
is.
GoPro
Yeah.
and it films me doing whatever it is that I do. And they post one. Do they post them on Tuesdays?
I think so.
I think it's
Tuesdays or
Tuesdays.
Wednesdays, yeah.
And it's sponsored. It's sponsored by Farm Bureau Health Plans. So win or lose, something's getting posted on Tuesday.
Right.
And some people say very nice things, and I thank you so much. And then some people kind of do sports talk. They're like, oh, we need to do this, or we need to trade this guy, or we need to draft this guy, or whatever.
Right.
And that's great. And then some people,
Oh, boy.
they just go to like a completely different place.
Like a dark place.
It's pretty dark.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
dark. But some of them are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like the guy, and it was a guy, I saw his picture, who said, this is why I'm glad Sirius XM has the other team's feed up.
Oh, gosh. That's not nice.
No, but it's pretty funny.
That is not
I mean,
nice.
some of them are pretty clever.
Now, was this guy a Titan? Do we think this guy was a Titans
I
fan?
don't think so.
Doesn't sound like
Doesn't-
it.
I don't,
Doesn't
I
sound
don't
like
think
to
so.
me either. Because
But-
I'm like, why would you go do that?
But I thought about just reading them. You
Like
know?
mean tweets?
Yeah, like
Yes.
just,
Dude, that'd
Yes.
be so fun.
just,
You should.
just reading some
I am
aloud.
so down.
Yeah.
Not the ones about, hey, you should trade or you should fire. Or
No,
whatever.
no, no,
no.
And
Clever.
listen, you have your right to whatever opinion you have, but that's really not on topic.
Mm-hmm.
The topic is we're calling the play, and people are not happy in many cases after you lose that you post a good play.
Yeah.
And it's sponsor related.
Yeah.
Anything we do is sponsor related. So it's like you have to
We do it, yeah.
You can't stop doing it because you're not winning.
These are deliverables.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
Well, and also a loss doesn't negate that a good play happened. And I
Well,
understand
no,
you
but
don't want
they
to
get mad because I'm a little too
I
happy
know.
during a loss.
But like, why would you
But in
not be
some
happy
cases-
for the good bit?
But in some cases,
Well, post what happens right at the end when you give the final score. We'll see how happy you are. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not happy.
no, but sometimes the good plays happen when we're ahead early.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
And it's like,
Like,
this is
this
great.
is good.
When
yeah.
they're climbing back in
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Like our game against Indianapolis up there, it was going great early on, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And
then it got interesting.
and then it got interesting, and but I just think that's a hoot. But thank you to Farm Bureau Health Plans for sponsoring that. Thank you to Farm Bureau Health Plans for sponsoring the OTP Titans Countdown
Yes.
on Titans
Mhm.
Thank
Radio.
Yep.
We love the people at Farm Bureau, and hopefully you do too, for the ability they give us to bring you different, I guess, forms of content.
yes.
You know what I took away from that story?
What's that?
That you've had a GoPro 6 inches from your face for like multiple years now doing this, and you didn't know what it was called.
Well, I did. I said it. It's GoPro, right? I said that.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily
You
in his
seemed, like,
lane, though. So he's
Confused, but it's
I
it's
wasn't
like
confused.
from here to you. Like you should
well,
introduce yourself.
Does it say GoPro on it?
It does.
But I mean,
on
look-
like every side.
Well, I'm not like you. I'm not gonna look right at it the whole time. I mean, you
like
would never. If,
wink.
yeah, well, I have done that. Might have happened
and
in
that's
Houston.
something that needs to be posted is you and Brad Willis dancing in front of
Yeah, they did that. I did appreciate that. But yeah, I might have done that in Houston. We got the safety.
But in fairness, Mike is not a vlogger, so he doesn't know the equipment.
I'm certainly not a vlogger, Rhett. Oh, that's good.
I just thought that was funny.
You did bust me on the Houston thing, though. Yeah. I liked winning that game. I mean, what can I say?
It was very good.
It was good.
And we would like
That's
more of the
very
same.
funny.
Kind of like this.
Yeah,
We
it's
would-
nice.
We
It's
would like
slick.
a repeat of that, please.
Yeah, let's do it.
More of that.
For Rhett Bryan and A.B. Wells, I'm Mike Keith. Thank you for joining us for the OTP.